One cannot talk about Swiss ice hockey without mentioning the Spengler Cup. The Spengler Cup is the oldest and probably the most famous ice hockey tournament in the world. 6 teams compete in the tournament from December 26th to the 31st. Besides the host HC Davos, 2 Swiss teams and 3 international teams are invited, which are usually changed up year by year, and the famous Team Canada, which has been part of the tournament since 1984. Team Canada is made out of the best Canadian imports that are active in the professional leagues in Europe. All of the rosters are usually strengthened before the tournament because all of the teams and the players themselves hold a lot of pride in winning this tournament. In the last 4 years, we've seen a dominance of the Team Canada, with them winning all of the last 4 tournaments. Today's interview will be with the Italian hockey legend Armin Helfer. Armin played all over Italy and also played many years for the Italian national team, including many top division world championships. He also got to play in the Spengler Cup for HC Davos, and this is what we'll talk about today. Hi Armin, thanks for being here with us today.
Hi Martin, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, so the first question will be, could you explain your hockey career up to the point you reached the Spengler Cup?
Well, I started when I was 6 years old. I started with my hometown club in Brunico. I started to play for the first team there when I was around 16, 17 years old. It was a good experience for me playing with some veterans on the team. And then when I turned, when was it, around 2001, I left Brunico to go play in Milan for 6 years. After that experience was really a successful experience. I had the chance to play in Innsbruck in the EBL, which is really good experience also. And after that year, I spent 1 year in the Swiss B League in Thurgau, it's called. After my experience in other countries, I decided to go back to my home team in Brunico. And right after that, my former agent that helped me go to the EBL and the Swiss B League, he contacted me and said there's a chance to play with Davos, the Spengler Cup. So, of course, there was a lot of question marks behind this, and so I had to ask the club first if they let me go, first of all. But the club said right away, yes, of course, that I can go. And so I took that opportunity.
Yeah, and how did this opportunity come about? Did you always look for this opportunity, or did you ask agents or players or teams? Or was it just random chance that they called you up?
Actually, the opportunity jumped right on me because, yes, I was a big fan of the Spengler Cup because I used to watch all the games on TV all the time because they were always televised on Swiss television. And I was surprised at first, to be honest, but once the opportunity really came, I was really excited and I was looking forward to play the Spengler Cup.
Yeah, so how many new players joined the team just for these 10 days or 2 weeks?
I think we were like 4 or 5, if I remember well. I remember I felt pretty bad because when we first got into the locker room, some young guys had to clear their stalls. I felt pretty bad for that, but after that we skated right away. So I forgot about this not so nice experience there, but it was just another dimension there because I'm coming from a small town, a small club like Brunico, and to see even the dressing room of Davos, it's unbelievable. There's a jacuzzi in there, there's a sauna in there, hot tubs, everything. So yeah, it was really exciting, yeah.
And how long was this experience? Was it 2 weeks, or how much ahead did you come to the team before the first game?
Exactly, yeah. We traveled there the same day we had our first practice. Me and my wife, we had a little trouble getting there because we were stuck in snow with our car. But in the end, we made it on time for the first practice. And yes, we skated that day. The day after, we had the morning skate, and the evening already the first game.
Oh, really? That short? I thought it was going to be at least a couple days ahead. And how was it to play with new teammates in a new team just 1 day before actually jumping right into the gameplay?
It was a big difference. Like comparing the Italian level to the Spengler Cup, it's of course. It maybe took me 1 or 2 games to adjust to the high tempo they play there, but the atmosphere there at the rink was unbelievable, like something I've never seen before, and that helped me pretty much to get excited into the game. And I didn't have so much time to think about it, and I think after all it worked out pretty well.
And how about the contracts? Did you have to sign in a specific contract to play in this tournament?
I think the agent managed most of it. I think the biggest part was between the two clubs like Davos and Brunico to fix the insurance amount or whatever it is. And I didn't sign specifically something with Davos. They gave me a little money after all, after the tournament, which I was really surprised, because for me it was, I pretty much felt like I had to pay them to were able to play there. But no, I was really happy. They gave me a little bit of money, and I know some other players got some more money, but they were probably better players than me. So no, I was, like I said again, it was a great experience.
And how is the organization of this tournament? And did you stay in hotels? And what about the whole team?
The organization was really well. Once we got there, me and my wife, we checked in the hotel. All the other players that didn't play for Davos before, they stayed in the same hotel, so we had breakfast together, so we already got to know each other there. And of course the local players, they have their apartments there. And yeah, I remember we had lunch together. Once we had a dinner together. Like for example, we had one day off. After a game, we went to have a beer all together, and that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, and what about the other teams? Did they also have new players join the team, or was it just HC Davos?
I think so, yes. Like I said, I followed it before, and I see that I remember Mannheim was playing there when I played there. It's already a long time ago. They had some players coming from other teams. Like, I think that's pretty usual for Davos, just to keep the level a little up. So I think it's a great tournament and a great experience.
So now, looking back, would you recommend this experience to any other player that gets called to play in this tournament?
Oh, if the opportunity knocks, you run there. Like my experience, if they would have asked me again, I would go there. I would walk there. I run there with my hockey bag on my shoulders. Like I said, something like that you will never forget. And even nowadays, I still, friends ask me about the Spengler Cup, especially at Christmas time when the Spengler Cup starts every year. You know, people still ask me, oh, I remember when you played there, I watched you and all this shit. So I know that even in Canada it's televised, so it's a really big event.
So that was it for today, Aaron. Thank you again for being here with us today.
Martin, thank you very much.